An important word which is associated with such concepts as center of gravity and balance is the word stability. Knowing where the center of gravity of an object is will give us information about the stability of that object, that is, whether the object is stable or not. Now, many practical objects, such as vehicles and aircraft, are not of uniform density throughout their shape. They are made up of different heavy and light components, that is, components of greater or lesser mass. In this type of object, the center of gravity is rarely in the geometrical center of the object. The center of gravity is most often displaced from the geometrical center. This bus, for instance, has a heavy base which causes its center of gravity to be very low. If it is on a platform which is tilting, can you tell at what point the bus will tip over? Now, the important thing to remember here is that the Earth's force of gravity acts through the bus's center of gravity. The size of this force is, of course, equal to the total weight of the bus, and the line of action of the force is vertically downwards towards the center of the Earth. As the platform tilts, the position of the bus's center of gravity means that the line of action of the weight force keeps the bus on the platform until the center of gravity and the weight's line of action pass outside the base of the bus. As soon as this occurs, the bus is no longer being pulled onto the platform by its weight. Its weight will now cause the bus to tip onto its side. What you've seen happen to the bus holds true for any object. If the object's center of gravity passes the furthest point of the line of its base in contact with the ground, the object will topple over. Obviously, the lower an object's center of gravity is situated, the more stable that object will be, and the more difficult to tip over. This is why racing cars, especially Formula 1 style racing cars, are so wide compared to their height. This design feature means that the car's center of gravity is low down, so that the car is stable, leading to improved performance when cornering. The force which causes the bus to tip over is often called a torque force. Torque is a scientific name for a twisting or turning force. Torque occurs when two or more forces are acting in opposite directions, but where the forces do not act through the same point, and where the lines of action of the forces do not coincide. In the case of the car shown here, the other force, that is, the force which is not the weight of the car, is the force of reaction between the car's wheels and the ground. Torque is also often referred to as a turning force, or a turning moment. Being able to do calculations with turning moments is important, as it can tell us a lot about the stability of objects, or how much stress and strain they are under.